asset that you have is your attention. This morning has been very interesting for me. So thank you guys so much for being here. Today's topic, we are going to talk about the compassionate healing. Today's topic is you cannot heal without compassion. You can't heal without compassion. We are live streaming to YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. So I see everybody. I see all of you guys coming in and out. So thank you guys so much for being here. If you want to relook at the live and view it over again, you could just go over to my YouTube after this is over, and you will be able to access all of my content there. Unfortunately, it doesn't repopulate on Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook for that matter. But I sincerely thank you guys for being here. Remember, today's topic is you can't heal without compassion. Okay, and in it, I'm going to give you three ways that your compassion is attacked, and I will give you a solution on how to maintain your compassionate level. And I understand that this is a little bit, of course, my angles are a little bit different than most. So, yeah, thank you for being here. Okay. Now, first and foremost, we need to understand what compassion actually is. Compassion and empathetic, those are different things, but sometimes, oftentimes, they get interchanged, they get confused. So compassion, the word compassion, it means to suffer with, or to suffer together. Like, can we suffer through this together? I was in the Army, and I went through basic training, boot camp, whatever you want to call it, the entry-level school. And what ended up happening was the men that I, went through that, we created some of the lifelong bonds with. Just like, if you have siblings, your brothers or sisters, you growing up, you create, like, your bond is created because of the compassion. In the Army, we called it, enjoying the suck. It just was, it didn't feel good not to eat what we wanted, and waking up extra early and running all the time and doing ungodly amount of push-ups and all this crazy stuff. And what ended up happening was we suffered through that together, compassion, and we then were able to, grow this kind of bond that is unexplainable. I also was, deployed in combat 3 times, and the people who I deployed with, men and women, we created a unique type of bond that I'll never get with anybody else. Okay. So compassion, oh, sorry. I need to scoot in a little bit. So compassion is your ability to suffer with another person. And if you are a healer, you need to know that I'm sorry, guys. It's because I was not close to the microphone. Is this better? Is the sound better? Is the sound better? No, it's not better. for the technical difficulties. All right. Hmm. Oh no. Okay. Hmm. I am fixing the sound. All right. Oh, it is low. Hello. Hi. Hello. 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 Oh, that's weird. Hi. Hello. Hi. Hi. Hello. Oh, it's a bit choppy. Can't do that. We can turn this up though, a little bit. Hello. 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 All right, that should be better, right? Is this better? Is the sound better? Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Fully apologize about that. Um, it sounds if I think it's good to go now. Okay, so compassion. Okay, we need to talk about compassion, and I forgot where I was, but let's just start over. So today's topic, we're going to talk about compassion, what what it is not, um, and how compassion is required for healing yourself and healing other people. Compassion, and then I will get into the three ways that your compassion or compassion is attacked. Um, now, and I will also give a solution to compassion, um, or how to keep compassion around. Um, so if it's still low, I don't know what else to do. I'm not going to stop the live stream, um, only because it makes life a lot more difficult for a lot of people. So, um, compassion, it means to suffer with. It means you are suffering with another person, or you are able to suffer with yourself in the situation that you are in, um, and suffering. Oftentimes, we think of like agony or pain or misfortune, but the word suffer, it means what, like to allow, like what are you allowing. So if you are making $1,000 a month, um, that's in the United States, that's not much. um, you would be suffering. But if you make $1 million a month, that's significant, but still you would be suffering. This is a type of allowance, like you are allowing something to exist here with you. Um, and each level, if we're just talking about money, like each level of wealth, each level of the tax brackets, um, all, they all present their own issues. Okay, they all present their own issues, and the thing about um, uh, suffering or allowing is it is a decision that you make. Um, whatever you are repeating, you are allowing. Whatever you are continuing after you detect it, you then are allowing. After you, um, and I am, my mic, I don't know what else to do with my mic. All right. All right. So I can hear myself. Um, I checked. If you need to somehow turn up your device, I recommend that. Um, so, with that being said, um, what you are allowing, there is always going to be some type of um, friction. There's going to be some type of issue. There's some type of obstacle. There's some type of problem. I believe this is where the definition or where the term suffering comes. But anyway, like your compassion is required in healing because to heal through something, you need to understand the lesson. Then you need to identify like what foreign body or like where the damage is. Is it a cut? Are your emotions hurt? Um, uh, are you no longer going to be friends with this person? Like where is the discord? Where is the friction point? And are you still being fed um, the poison? Is the person still does the person still have access to you to continue to bully you or to say things? Or if you're a business owner, does your business still attract the low ticket people who complain about everything? Like so I sincerely want everybody to know that healing is not a fast process. Even though people who experience discord, who experience, you know, the things that obviously they don't want in their life. Maybe your car just got repossessed. Maybe you're about to get audited in your business. Like the IRS just sent you, a letter saying that they're about to audit you. That's always not fun. So once you identify like what dirt, what soil, what thing is inside of the wound, the open wound, clean it out. Okay. But as you're doing that, we now identified like how our knee is scraped and now it's bleeding, but there's dirt still in it. Um, Now we can like effectively um, solve the problem. But in doing that, the healing process was not it was not immediate. Like it that all took some type of time. And so scraping your knee, healing your knee, it takes time. Healing your business, it takes time. Healing your spirit, it takes time. Um, and the time is you need to be able to sit and suffer with this thing. If you are unable to sit and suffer with the thing, healing won't work correctly. Okay. When you are able to like sit with a person who is hopeless, who does not think that God is ever going to provide for them, who thinks that your finances are never going to be turned around, who thinks that you know um, that you need to get on OnlyFans and show your body to make a living, or for you to sell drugs in order to make a living. Like, are you willing to endure some of this stuff so that you can now understand where and what is infecting this person? Okay, so like, compassion also requires discernment. If you are compassionate with another person, it requires discernment. You need to be able to, number one, observe the person, and then be able to observe what is infecting them. Okay. The next thing is you need to be able to verify what it is. Okay. So if you're trying to help out your sister who's been depressed for 2 years, number one, observe that she's actually depressed. Okay, because silence doesn't necessarily mean that a person is depressed. So your observation skills need to be just above average, or maybe just average, meaning you should be able to not only look at the person, their skin, their face, their hair, and say, oh, they're not speaking, and they haven't been speaking for about 2 years, at least to me. Okay. You need to be able to look past that and say, this person is not speaking, but she's also not doing the things that she likes to do. She also is not going to the gym. She also is not eating healthy. She also is not paying her bills on time. She also is not going bowling with her kids. So there's things that you need to be able to observe and then reason. Okay. That reasoning is the part of verification that you'll need. So the verification in this example would be, she's not doing other things. So she's rejecting, or she's pulling back from like basic daily life. And what ends up happening is that verification turns into a belief. Now you believe that she is depressed. So discernment is required in compassion, but the three steps of discernment is observation, verification, and then belief. Observation, verification, and belief. So all of that takes time. People think that the gift of discernment is, I can just walk past a person and see their entire life. Discernment itself takes time. It's a process. It's not hocus pocus. It's not like a magician. The abracadabra type stuff. You look, you observe, you piece together, you reason, then you believe. But the thing about it is, after you've connected the dots, the belief part, it becomes reality in an instant. It's now part of your reality. Okay. The thing here is your compassion. Excuse me, I'm stuttering. I have a stammer, if you haven't noticed. I didn't speak until I was 4 years old. I only, my adoptive mom thought I would be mute. So I went to a speech therapist and a speech pathologist, and she taught me language. She taught me how to speak. And when I did start to speak, I had a really, really poor time communicating. I stuttered a lot. So I still sometimes do stammer, stutter, or whatever you want to call it. So yeah. Anyway, um, so if you think healing is a process that you do quickly, you are perverting your healing gift. If you are a healer, if you are a healer and you think that you have the ability to heal quickly, then you are perverting your gift. Now, I always tell the people who have the healing gift, you are a healer. You're not a fixer. You're not a helper. You're not an assistant. Your healing gift, the core part of healing is compassion. And most healing in human beings, okay, most healing occurs outside of the church. Most healing in all of humanity occurs outside of the church. You don't heal inside of the church. Actually, most of the people who do heal or need healing are outside of the church. Okay, they are outside of the church. The thing here is, if you are healing somebody else, if somebody else is depressed, if they're hopeless, if they don't think God is ever going to provide a life of success for them, of abundance for them, and they're miserable, they're in agony, are you okay as the healing portion of, like, as the healer? Are you okay with also being depressed with them, feeling them? Are you okay with understanding that you will also be sad? You will also be upset if somebody's angry that their ex-husband or ex-wife stole the kids from them, and you're trying to heal them. You're trying to bring them back to God. Are you okay with also being like that? Because healing is not something that is a quick thing. It requires compassion. You need to be able to be able to sit with them. Oftentimes when somebody communicates to you, hey, I don't know if I'm, doing too good right now. I'm just depressed. I just lost my job. I just got diagnosed with cancer. I just, something that is really life changing, and it hits hard. Okay. Are you willing to sit in that type of energy? But oftentimes it's no, because number one, you as the healer have not learned emotional regularity. And you as the healer must learn emotional regularity to then have emotional intelligence. Number one, you need to understand that emotions are not real. Emotions, all of your emotions are not real. You do not have the ability to take a scoop of sadness and put it underneath a microscope. You cannot take a scoop of happiness and put it underneath a microscope. Anger, depression, hopelessness, glad, in any of this stuff, it's not real. It has no physical existence. You cannot put any of this stuff underneath a microscope. So, number one, as the healing person, as the person that is doing the healing to other people, you need to understand that emotions are not real. Number two, You need to understand that emotions are not your leader. You don't follow emotions. You do not bow down to emotions. So many people will say things like, I need to go with the flow. I'm a person that goes with the flow. Tell me what's wrong with you. So then they tell you what's wrong with them. Oh, I just got diagnosed with cancer. Very hard-hitting stuff. Or, my dad just passed. Very hard-hitting stuff. And the first thing that will come out of your mouth is, I don't want you to be sad. I don't want you to be sad? Well, there goes your compassion. You need to be willing to suffer together in order to heal. You need to be willing and able. You need to be willing and able to suffer with them. And if you're not willing and able, you cannot heal. You cannot heal anybody. I promise you. And side note, a lot of people think that telling your story to other people will heal them. It will not. What you're doing is called venting. Venting is gossiping about yourself. And gossip is a sin. Okay? Venting is kind of like gossiping about yourself. Let me tell you about why I'm feeling bad. You're only telling people this stuff, or you have an urge to tell people this stuff because you can't or are unwilling to do the work in order to have emotional regularity, to then have emotional intelligence. Okay, venting in spirit is demonic transfer. It's a pathway. It's a means so that you can get the demons off of your back, because the demons that are pressuring you to go get that drink, to escape all of your troubles, to just get another hit, pop one more pill, or whatever crazy stuff that demons get people to do. The resistance is in the emotions that you are experiencing. Okay, the emotions, and this is why emotions are a tool of spiritual warfare, because they're not real, but they get you to do things. They are the influence. They are the kind of like the influential pieces that demons use to get you to move and do things that are evil, demonic. And trust me, most evil and demonic things, they actually feel very good. They actually feel amazing, actually. But they aren't good for you spiritually. And most oftentimes physically. Okay? So compassion, if a person sits with you or opens up to you and says, I need help with this because I don't think I can do it. Okay? Are you willing to sit down with somebody and actually build a plan with them, but for them, without needing, recognition? Healing as the healer, okay, you need to start to thank God for the soil. It's dark in there, but it's full of nutrients. You need to be able to sit down with people, okay? And if you're not ready to get the demons from other people in their life, you're not ready to heal. If you think, if you are a healer, if you are an empath, and for some reason you are thinking ever in your life that you aren't ready to be, like, you don't like people. I just don't want to be around people. Well, guess what? You're not ready to heal. You are not ready to heal others. If you think that I'm not ready to be, I like, people just bug me. I can't be around big groups of people, but I'm an empath, but I also want to help. What you're experiencing is a thing called cognitive dissonance. Okay? Cognitive dissonance. Accepting two things that oppose each other as real. Okay? If you're experiencing cognitive dissonance, you think that you think that you aren't designed to be around people, but then in the same brain, you accept that you are designed to be around people. That's cognitive dissonance. You're accepting two things that oppose each other. So, compassion is required. It is required. You need to be able to suffer with. Okay? And I mean this wholeheartedly. So, also with yourself. If you're trying to heal yourself, to actually do healing instead of just talking about it. A demon called Leviathan, he's the demon that rules pride and envy. Okay? But pride, there's two sides to pride. Okay? One side that a lot of people, there's two sides to envy. Okay? So one side of envy that people don't really take into account, that you probably have not heard of this way, is called self-pity. Okay? Self-pity. Oh, my life just sucks. My life is doing this. My life is, I'm never going to get out of this financial slump. Oh, everything's so expensive. My life just sucks. My car's breaking down. Oh, my kids don't like me. All this stuff. That's self-pity. That's envy. Okay? That's envy. And when you have self-pity and you are communicating that to other people, there's a type of skewed sense of love of display. Okay, they're like having self-pity and also communicating that to other people somehow. There's a flavor of loving the display, and I've seen it with so many people. There's a type of enjoyment, a type of skewed pleasure that people get out of expressing or communicating their pity, how bad their life is. Who's gonna win at being the worst? Who's gonna win at having the hardest life? And this is what I've seen so many times. And I mean, just tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. Have you seen this? Okay? People expressing or communicating their life is the worst. Like, they've gone through the worst thing. That's called self-pity. But people sometimes, or oftentimes when they express this, yes, their life might be having obstacles and all this crazy stuff, but they also have a skewed sense of pleasure out of exposing that their life might be worse than yours. This is crazy to me. Okay? So, when you are here in the self-pity mode, and you're trying to heal yourself, you are unable to sit and suffer with yourself. You are almost in a constant, how can I spread this demon onto other people? How can I get this off of me onto other people? This is what, this is one way that you are unable to heal yourself. And I'm going to get into the 3 ways soon. about like how compassion is actually attacked, but like you need to know if you're on your healing journey, be quiet. Like don't communicate that to people who you're not connected to. Number one. Number two, don't communicate that to people who have no ability or willingness to actually heal you. Communicating, that all men suck or all women suck, and you like where are the good men and where are the good women, online. It's good for clickbait. It's good for these weird, podcasts and talking boards for people just to come and argue and spread their curses around. But it's not going to get you the solution that you deep down want. Go to a dating coach. Go to a relationship coach. Get the help that you need. There's plenty of help out there. So be quiet. Don't expose yourself without actual means of correction. Okay, is this making sense? Okay, let me know if this is making sense. Do not expose yourself with strangers that you're not connected to. Number one, exposing private energy or private parts to people you are not connected to creates awkward environments. Okay, what does the word awkward mean? Awkward, it means to be it means to push back. Okay, awkward means to push back. So if you expose private energy, if you expose private things that are meant to be only for you, only for your bloodline, only for your family, to the public, to people who weren't expecting that, who did not request that, who you're not connected to, people will push back. Like, people will reject you. Okay, and this is why like OnlyFans are being rejected in mass. It's weird. Why do I need to see that? Okay, is it like, does it look good to my eyeballs? Sure, but what, like, it's weird. Deep down, it's strange. But anyway, okay, your ability to heal yourself, you need to hush. Be quiet. Do not communicate what you are going through, the energy that you are going through, with people that you're not connected to. Number one. Number two, with people that can't handle the demons that you're tormented by. Okay, and we all are tormented by demons. Like, I struggle with pride. Okay, this is like one reason why intentionally I only do talking head videos like this. Like, you don't see any of my body, right? It's because pride is a demon that I struggle with. But we all are being tormented by some demon, or demons, plural. Okay? So if you're trying to heal yourself, broadcasting it out online to people that don't connect with you, that don't know you, you're ruining your chances, number one, of of actually healing. Number two, you are actually getting in alignment with demonic provision. Okay, this is why venting without a solution, okay, without venting, without looking for an actual solution or correction, is gossip turned on its head. You are gossiping about yourself. Okay, you are gossiping about yourself. So don't just openly vent. Don't do that. Gossip is a sin. Yes, it is a sin. You're not supposed to, team up, tag team with somebody else in order to supercharge a curse against, somebody else who's being tormented by demons, they might not even understand are tormenting them. Okay, some person might be on OnlyFans, showing their butt or their body in a sexual manner, and you and I might get together and say, why are they on there doing this? They just look so funny. Ew, we I hope their business goes under. I hope that their OnlyFans page gets taken down. That's gossiping. We are supercharging a curse on a person being tormented by a demon. Okay? So, I really, really want, you guys to understand that compassion is required for healing. Any healing. If you are healing one person, like other people, if you are a coach, a relationship coach, you need to be able to, accept and love, and nurture the things that other people are experiencing. If I am just angry, angry at my ex-wife because of whatever reason, and I come to you, you need to be able to be, experience what I am feeling. Side note, people on Instagram, yes, this is being recorded. You can catch the live on my YouTube. Go over to my YouTube. All my live streams are over there, and you'll be able to look at this in its entirety after I'm done live streaming. Okay, so nobody really has to screen record it. It's free. It's on my YouTube. It will be on my YouTube right after this is over, so you don't really have to screen record it. Anyway, compassion is required, but the thing is, people don't understand emotions. They don't understand the difference between emotions and intuition. They don't understand what is a feeling and what is an emotion. They don't understand it. Okay? Number one, emotions are not intuition. Emotions are not your leaders. Emotions are not designed to be a guiding stool. They don't guide you at all. They're not here to guide you. They're only here as a product of an interaction between you and at least one other human being. It could be the human being online, like you have here with me. Maybe you're bored. Maybe you're excited. Maybe you're inquisitive or whatever. Okay, there's many types of emotions. Many types of emotions. But emotion, the actual word emotion means social agitation or a social stirring. So you need to be emotions require at least one other person, and the agitation or stirring up, it just means what is the product? What's the product of the interaction? Like what energy is produced from this human interaction? Okay, that is called an emotion. Intuition is not emotion. Intuition does not require another human being. Okay, intuition, the word intuition, it means spiritual perception. Okay, it does not mean gut feeling. It does not mean, the universe is talking to you. In fact, the universe does not talk to you. God talks to you. Spiritual perception, God and the devil, angels or demons, they all talk to you. But the universe does not talk to you. It can't. It only expresses, it cannot communicate. Okay? And expression and communication are very different things. They are not the different things. And trust me, if you think in your mind for one second that, oh, you know what I mean, you need to know what you're saying. Okay? Because in spirit, words are actions. In spirit, words are a contract. You can say, I like nice men or I like nice women. Do you know what you just said? I like stupid men and I like stupid women. The word nice, it means stupid. It does not mean kind or pleasant. So you need to know what you are speaking. Okay? Like, this is real stuff. So if you think that, oh, well, you know what I mean, just understand my context. More than likely, Belphegor, the demon of sloth, is tormenting you. Okay? Sloth is the demon that tries to make your life appear easy. Everything must be easy, even communication, even the spells that you cast, even what comes out of your mouth. Like, if you don't think like feeding somebody's ears the correct thing is just as important as feeding somebody's belly through like food through their mouth is just as important. You are being tormented by a demon called Belphegor, sloth. Okay? And this is real. Okay? So, with all that being said, I'm going to talk to you about the 3 ways your compassion is attacked. I'm going to talk to you about the 3 ways the compassion is attacked. Okay? 1, pride. Okay? Actually, let me get a drink of water first. All right. So, number 1 is pride. Okay? Pride is one of the 3 things that attacks your compassion, your ability to suffer together with anybody. And side note, I love side notes. If you want to grow with anybody in a relationship, compassion is required. Okay? Compassion is required if you want to grow with anyone. Anyone. I promise you. Because they will come across problems, obstacles, self-doubt, hopelessness, all this stuff, challenges, real challenges in their life. Even if it's not a personal relationship, it might be, a business relationship. You might have to fire somebody, but you need to talk to one of the other co-founders. Hey, we actually love Kyle, but the company's going in a different direction, so we're gonna have to let him go. Okay. Or are you willing to do on-the-job training? Like, hey, can we suffer together while I learned like your new direction, and like I can be even a greater asset to your new vision. Okay, so compassion is required for growth. Now, pride, remember, is ruled by a demon called Leviathan. Okay, pride is ruled by a demon called Leviathan. And there's a difference between demon and evil spirits. Okay, demons are fallen angels. Okay, they are not like people say Jezebel. Jezebel is a demon. She is not a demon. She was never an angel. Demons are fallen angels. Just because things feel bad, they aren't the same thing. Kind of like ambition, or being busy. Okay, busyness is a product of ambition, but busyness gets you nowhere. All motion is not progress. Okay, all motion is not progress. Discernment is required. Okay, all my students learn discernment. Okay, and learning discernment means you can't be lazy with your thinking. Means you got to learn how to think. How to think. Did you know most people don't know how to think? They just accept the images that are in their brain. They just accept their image in their brain. They don't know how to think. And did you know you're the only person in your brain that thinks? There's nobody else in there. there's no other person thinking in your brain. It's only you. Crazy. It's crazy when you think about it like that. Okay? So pride is the demon, is ruled by the demon of Leviathan. Okay? And Leviathan is the ruler of one of the two of the seven deadly sins. He also rules envy as well. So pride says, you know, they don't deserve compassion. Okay. Leviathan, as you know, is pride and envy, but the word pride means the love of display. Okay. Pride hides underneath arrogance. Okay. Arrogance is the armor of pride. So the love of display. People think that like pornography or, you know, the sexually explicit stuff online, you know, men and women leading with their sexuality, their sexual energy online, you know, whatever, they think that's lust, and that's not lust. Actually, that is the love of display. Those people love displaying themselves. That is a sin. That's pride. Okay. Lust is the distracting demon, the demon that distracts you. How? By any source, anything that's pleasing or delightful. So the word lust actually means any source of pleasure or delight. That's what the word lust means. So just think, lust is distraction. Pride is displayed. Loving how you display. Kind of like the love of money is the root of all evil. The love of display, that's pride. And why is pride a deadly sin? It's because anybody who loves to display is trying to make themselves an idol, trying to make people worship themselves, like worship them, you know, come to them instead of God. You know, I only want you to come to me if you want. But God is the answer. God has always been the answer. You know, my motto is love is the only way. Love is the only way. And sometimes I get somebody trying to correct me and he said, no, God is the only way. Well, what is God? God is love. Thank you. Okay. Love is the only way. You know, Jesus sometimes spoke in parables because not everyone is ready for the lesson. Osho says when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Okay, not everybody is ready for the lesson, so sometimes you got to talk in parables. Okay, and I mean that wholeheartedly. The person that is naturally curious about their own solution, real correction, real growth, you know, they will find you. I promise you. That's how it works. Okay. So anyway, Leviathan is one that ruins your compassion. Okay, through a thing called arrogance. Okay, he makes you think that they don't deserve your compassion. So if you are being approached by somebody that wants your help, that wants your healing, now you know that compassion is required for healing. You might think, oh, you know, they're too poor. They can't afford what I have to offer. Like they can't, handle the type of insight that I have. You know, so if you as a business owner are in the realm of healing people, like I am, create value for all levels. I have free things for people who don't have money. Okay, I have things for people who have a little money. I have things for people who have a little more money, and I have things for people who have lots of money. Okay? So I don't have to have that thought in my head. I told you I'm tormented by pride. So to combat that, as a business owner, I have things for people on all levels. So, I don't have to internally have the thing, they don't deserve my compassion. You can have my compassion. Anybody who's willing, who has that natural curiosity, I have things for you. Okay? And you as a business owner, you should do the same. Okay? Yes, it takes effort, but if you're a business owner, effort doesn't scare you. Okay? So arrogance is one way, or pride is one way that your compassion is attacked. But if you dig deeper, it's the arrogance of pride that removes compassion. Okay? And arrogance is not only for them. If you're trying to heal yourself, you can be arrogant towards yourself. What is that called? Well, it's not called arrogance. It's called shame. Like you're judging yourself because you think that you are supposed to be at a higher level. So then you don't heal. So then now you're unwilling to absorb the nutrients in the dark soil that God planted you in. When you are ready, you need to start thanking God for the soil instead of complaining about it being dark. You need to open your mouth. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus, for the soil. There's lots of lessons here, lots of nutritious things that I can spread my roots in. Did you know before the plant actually grows, it must have roots? It must be rooted first. How are you going to be a beautiful flower if you're afraid to grow your roots? So you can be arrogant towards yourself. Of course you can. Okay? But this is called shame. You think you should be at a higher level. So then you try to pull the seed out too soon. You don't have any roots. You have to go through the poop, okay? You have to go through the fertilizer. It stinks down there. Okay, great. But all these lessons only will make you the better, the best, the biggest plant with the most grand flowers out there. Okay? So in Philippians 2:3, it says, do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit. Rather, in humility, value others above yourself. Okay? Compassion can't live in a heart armored by arrogance. Okay? Only let humility in. Is this making sense? Can I get a witness? Okay? Can I get a witness? And remember what I said. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. I have almost 1 million followers on TikTok. I have almost 115,000 on Instagram. I have almost 4,000 on YouTube. Okay? I don't know how much I have on Facebook. I don't really like Facebook, but I still just plug away. But I don't get a lot of views. Okay? I don't get a lot of attention. The people who are ready are here. And I mean that with my whole heart. They always find me. Okay? So, next. The second thing that kills your compassion is a thing called bitterness. Oh, bitterness. Let's get down to it. Bitterness. Bitterness is also ruled by Leviathan. Okay? Bitterness is actually self-pity, the thing that we spoke about a little earlier. Okay? But in the emotional wheel, okay, in the wheels of emotions, bitterness is actually a branch of anger. Okay? Anger is rooted in control. Okay? If you are losing control on some level, whether it be financial, maybe it's your health, maybe it's your relationship boundaries. Maybe your husband or wife cheated on you. Maybe your business is failing, or maybe your sales aren't growing. Maybe you can't scale. Maybe maybe you don't have enough money for a coach like me in your business, and you're just a little bitter or angry. That's control. That's a control issue. Okay? And anger is the result of you losing control. And bitterness is a branch of anger. Okay? Bitterness says, nobody helped me, so I don't owe anyone compassion. This for that. Okay? A quid quo pro. Okay? Leviathan works through envy and self-pity, the quiet kind of envy that says, my life is hard because I don't have what they have. Do you know self-pity, like what self-pity really is in spirit? Self-pity in spirit says to God that all of the things that you are providing me right now, I don't care about that. It's not enough. God, I know that you are providing, me with this job. I might be making, $7.50 an hour, and I'm barely paying my bills, but now it's not enough, God. Why can't I ever get ahead? Woe is me. Self-pity creeps in. Okay? You're telling God that his provision is not enough. So guess what? God doesn't argue with you. Who do you think you are? If I were thinking like that, if I spoke like that, who do I think I am, talking to the most great judges of all of existence, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end? Why do I think I have the notion to control God and how he provides to me? And not only that, tell him to his face that his provision is not enough. Imagine if your child did that to you. You are working 60 hours a week, to pay for their, private school, to pay for their food, their clothes, and you hear them say to their friend, or maybe to you, to your face, Dad, Mom, this is not enough. The other kids at school have better clothes than I do. The other kids at school have this. How do you think, as a parent, as a human being, how does that make you feel? Crazy, isn't it? Crazy. But luckily, I take that word luckily back. Okay? When we do this to God, he doesn't negotiate with us. There's no real negotiation here. What ends up happening is we have now just aligned ourselves with demons or for demonic provision. So self-pity is kind of like, self-pity, when we communicate, oh, my life just sucks. My life is this. We are now worshiping demons. That is a type of demonic worship. Oh, my life sucks. You're thanking a demon for doing their job well. Do you not understand that? Your words are spiritual contracts. Oh, my health is just going out. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do anymore. Oh, my life just sucks so bad. God's like, you want to take this? And the demon's like, sure, I can provide more of what they're thanking me for. So compassion means you need to hold your tongue. The Bible says something about loose or idle lips are the devil's mouthpiece, right? Idle lips are the devil's mouthpiece. Watch what you freaking say. You need to watch what you say. If you don't watch what you say, it doesn't matter. Well, you know what I meant. Did you know that in spirit, your emotions are not evidence? How you felt in the face of God, it's not evidence. That's not evidence. What did you do? Okay? How did you act? And if you don't know your words, how you speech, or how you speak, that is action. That is an action. Even if you just go off of a whim, or, all I saw was red, or, oh, I just got real mad and I had to curse him out. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay? Idle lips are the devil's mouthpiece. If you don't verify the words coming out of your mouth, you will allow demons to rule your environment. That's how it works. So, bitterness is the second way that your compassion is attacked. Okay? And Leviathan attacks your mind, not your body. Okay? And he'll say things like, my life is just so hard because I don't have what they have. This irrational comparison. Why the heck are you looking over there anyway? They got their own problems. Okay? And side note, most rich people don't even actually look rich. It's the poor people, it's the broke people that actually look rich. Most of the time. For real. It's like, seriously. All right? So, bitterness poisons your ability to feel love. Okay? When you are bitter, you are irrationally comparing your life with somebody else. That's envy. And envy on its head is called self-pity. So, when you communicate that my life isn't what theirs is because they have more, they have a happy marriage, they're doing better, their business is doing better, spiritually it justifies cruelty. Okay? It numbs your empathy, and worst of all, it spreads self-pity. Bitterness is contagious. And the Bible even tells us that, okay? Bitterness is contagious. This is why self-pity is you gossiping about yourself, okay? Look, in Hebrews 12 and 15, it says, see to it that no one falls short of the grace of God, and that no bitter root grows up to cause trouble and defile many. Bitterness grows like a weed in the soil of the unhealed wounds. I'm going to let that sink in for just a moment. Bitterness grows like a weed. I don't know if you guys ever try to grow a garden or flowers, but there are weeds that happen, okay? Bitterness grows like weeds in the soil of unhealed wounds. Compassion is the tool that pulls it out by the root. When you're bitter, you are comparing your life, your business, your way of doing things, your energy with the life, the business, the way of the process of somebody else, of something else. Okay? So that's number 2. Bitterness is the second thing that kills your compassion. Number 3, distraction. Okay? I told you earlier, distraction is ruled by lust. Okay? Lust is ruled by a demon called Asmodeus. Asmodeus is the demon one of the 7 deadly sins that rules over lust. And this demon, Asmodeus, attacks you in your mind. In your mind. Okay? Distraction says, I'm too busy to care. So when somebody comes to you for healing, maybe they know that you can heal them. But you know, you think that you're too busy to care because your calendar is full for today. How about you be diligent with your time and you set them on in your calendar and say, hey, I hear you, but today I can't get to you. How about tomorrow? And let's schedule them in for like 3 o'clock. Or if you have paid sessions, like I do, make the offer. Or if they don't want to do that, give them one of your free things, like a checklist on, or gift them a free ebook, or gift them the session for free. I don't know. Okay, that's up to your business model. I tend to have noticed that people do not value free things. So use that with a grain of salt. But if you do want to heal this person and they come to you and you are full for today, schedule them for another day. Okay? Be diligent with your time. We've got to be good stewards. Okay? Asmodeus is the demon of lust, not just sexual lust, but the obsession with comfort and pleasure and escape. All of your addictions are ruled by by 2 demons, by Belphegor, sloth, and Asmodeus. Okay, what can I get out of? Like, how can I get out of this thing? Or it might be Friday, like today, and you're just waiting to get off work. Ooh, I can't wait for a glass of wine. Well, do you know that you have a bottle of wine every day? You might have an issue there. Okay? Ooh, I just can't wait to roll up. Ooh, I can't wait to, pop this other pill. Ooh, I can't wait to, get into, my Netflix series. I can't wait to open up TikTok so I can scroll for hours. Addiction. Okay? He feeds you constant stream of noise, making sure that you never stop long enough to feel. Remember, compassion is your ability to suffer together, to endure together. So distractions might come to you, but not in the perfect time so that you are not able to suffer together with that person or even with yourself. Okay? It requires presence. And if you are always chasing comfort, you'll miss the opportunity to care, to be kind. So in 1 Peter 5:8, it says, be alert and of sober mind. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. You can't be alert if you're always distracted. Okay? Here's my saying. Only a distracted person will ever distract you. Okay? Only a distracted person will only distract you. I'll say it one more time. Only the distracted can distract. Okay? Only a healer can heal. That's just true. Okay? You can't be compassionate if you're never really present. Okay? So, a quick run over of the 3 things that attack your compassion. Number 1 is pride. Okay? Number 2 is bitterness, self-pity, okay? Number 3 is distraction. But what's the solution, Kyle? Kyle, don't just give me what, my pain points. What's the solution? Okay? Well, the solution is called tenacity. And I know, so I actually got a nastygram this morning. I got a nastygram from someone who purchased one of my ebooks on the war on procrastination. I won't give this person name or anything like that, but I will give the context. This person was looking for a magical, mystified response in the ebook for the solution to how the demons attack you and make you procrastinate. Listen, I am not a magician. I am not a mage. I am not a mystic. I cannot mystify these things. I don't. What I do know is that the solution to all of your problems, every last one of your problems, it's always very simple. It's simple. It might not be easy, but it's simple. Now, simple means few steps. Like the simpleton, the simp, these things, or these type of people, they're not complex. These people are very like, hey, I'm hungry. Give me a piece of bread. I'll eat. Okay. I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. Okay. Or, simps just kind of accept anything that, the person wants. Yes, women can be simps too, like if you are, in a relationship and your husband or wife is like, I want you to cook dinner every day. And I also want you to massage my feet every day. I want you to, praise me every day. I want you to, massage my back every day. I want you to, tell me I am the best thing at, ever, every day. And just do all of everything for you. Carry me to my bed, feed me breakfast, you clean the entire house. You do everything for me. And I do not. That's a simp. If you do it, that you are a simp. Okay. Simpleton. There's no complexity to you. Okay. So the nastygram brought this to my mind. I am not ever going to provide you a secret spell, like a secret way about doing things that is evil. Okay, like that's not ever been out here. Okay, like a coach. If I coach a football team, how many exercises do you think that I can give to the football players that have never been seen? This really new, thing that is from Mars. Let me get this exercise that is so innovative. It's gonna make you run super fast, make you super strong. Okay, no, I'm not gonna do that. I can't do that. So all of your answers are simple. Like the problems or the solutions to all your problems are very simple. Very simple. 1, 2 steps, 3 steps, maybe. Okay. So the solution to, holding your compassion is called tenacity. Tenacity in the eye of the storm. What does the word tenacity means? Well, tenacity actually means the quality of holding firm. Okay, the quality of holding firm. When your emotions are telling you to stop talking to this person, when your emotions are telling you to just take the medicine because you can't handle the energy that's making you anxious, all the energy that's telling you that God is not coming back for you, all the energy that's telling you that you are just dumb, that you aren't good enough, that you can't just solve the problems, that you can't get through, that you can't scale your business, that you can't have this conflict resolution with two of your employees, like all of this stuff. If you can't hold firm through the energy, okay, then that means you lack tenacity. Okay, in the midst of your compassion, your emotions will flare. Okay, in the midst of your compassion, emotions will flare, meaning you will experience depression, anger, sadness, hopelessness. I mean, I don't know if you know this, but like every 2 weeks, I go and I chill with homeless people where they are at. Literally, I go and chill with them. I don't give them money. I sit and I take their energy. Really, I do. And you know what? I leave feeling horrible. But I know how to push those demons out. I come back later in life, and I meet some of those same homeless people, and they say, man, what you did, I don't know what you did. It was like magic. Like, hey, bro, it's just compassion. It's love. It's healing. And it's not them just venting. Of course, I don't let people just vent. I have tenacity because I know what emotions do. Even though that they are not real, emotions get you to, they are constantly trying to influence you. They are trying to influence you to do something. That influence is what I call an urge. Okay? So all emotions get you, they urge you to, move this way and move that way, go to the bar, watch pornography, smack him, go in your room and, don't talk to anybody because you're depressed or whatever, okay? All emotions, they influence you through a thing called urges. They can also tempt you. The word tempt or temptation, it means being led into sin. This is a demonic urge is called temptation, okay? So, in the midst of your healing, compassion is required. Tenacity is also required for compassion. Your ability to weather the storm of anger, somebody else's anger. Okay, so emotions will flare, temptations will whisper, distractions will scream. Everything inside you will beg to shut down, fight back, or just walk away. But this is the test. How can you have a testimony with no test? How can you have a testimony with no test? Most of you are unwilling to be tested. Did I just say something? Most of you are unwilling to be tested. Okay? This is not AI, TikTok. So, but this test is called tenacity, the quality of holding firm. The quality of holding firm. The test of endurance is called tenacity. You must learn to endure without reacting, without responding, or excuse me, not responding. You can respond, great, but don't react. Response is methodical. You've thought about what is next. What are the next steps? A reaction is, if somebody says, I'm not feeling bad, a reaction is, oh, I don't want you to feel bad. That's a reaction without understanding what they're going through. And you're just trying to quickly snap them out of feeling bad. I don't care if you feel bad. Are you, because sometimes feeling bad is necessary. It's true. Okay? But here's the truth. Of course, emotions are not real. They have no physical existence. They are only a product of the interaction between you and somebody else. If you cling to them, they own you. If you say, I just go with the flow, they own you. Your emotions own you. Okay? So here's what you do. You simply observe the urge. Don't obey it. Don't suppress it. Just notice it. Observe it. This is your observation mode. Okay? The first step in discernment. Observe. Observation. You just simply observe it. Urges are all tied to emotions. But when you observe the urge, when you just notice the urge, you don't understand what happens because most of you are unwilling to be tested this way. But once you just observe it and stay there, the emotion goes away. This is proof that it's not real. This is the test. Okay? Are you willing to just notice the emotion and sit in it? That's the test. Once the emotion is gone, shift your attention. Okay? Remember, attention is spiritual currency. It is what all of your spiritual warfare is based on. The angels and the demons, this is what spiritual warfare is really about. It's your attention. It's your attention. It's the eye of your mind. It's your imagination. How are you imagining your life? Where do you see yourself next month? Oh, I'm barely going to be able to pay my rent because, billionaires and millionaires. Oh my God. Well, congratulations. Your attention, your imagination is working. Unfortunately, it's working against you. Shift it from the chaos back to God. So instead of despair, how about hope? When you are in despair, here's what I learned. It's like God works in threes. Maybe this is why we were told, Jesus rose again on the what? What day? 1, 2, 3? When you thank God in your darkness, when you thank God in your darkness, you get God's attention. Thank you, God. Okay? Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. When you thank God, when things are not going how you planned, thank you, God. Now you've got God's attention. This is where the light shines. It's like putting a grow light on your plants. Okay? This is where the light shines. You now are able, to grow. You have God's attention. Okay? But it works in threes, at least for me. It takes about 3 days for me to start to understand, feel that God is here. Okay? This is just what I've discovered. Okay? So, when you say thank you, God, you're not just being polite. You're accusing him of being your Lord and Savior. Okay? And God always responds to that kind of faith. So remember, being thankful is not, or when you observe your child thanking you for the food that you provide. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad, for feeding me this peanut butter and jelly sandwich. To you, it's like, it was my last dollar. It's the only thing I could do, but you're thanking me. This is when provision comes. Okay? So your attention, what you observe, you begin to manage. Okay? What you observe, you begin to manage. That's exactly, and if you don't believe me, How are you breathing right now? What you didn't know, what you didn't know is as soon as I asked you that question, as soon as I asked you that question, you started to manage your breath. Okay? You started to take control of your breath. What you observe, you begin to manage. So, this is why I tell all my students, okay, every morning you thank God first before your feet even hit the floor. You thank God first out loud with your mouth. Then you, before you do any personal hygiene, you make your bed. Okay? Then, right after that, you open your bank account. You look at your bank account, your bank statement. How much money do you got in the bank? Okay? And even if you have $15 in there, even if you have $1 or $1 million, okay? Look at your bank account. You'll be shocked. You'll be shocked. Spiritually, you now begin to start to manage your finances. You'll start to see that increase. It feels like magic, but it works. Okay, this is spiritual. Okay, this is like a spiritual equation. All right. So, number 3, sit in the eye of the storm. You'll feel the storm around you. Okay. Once you push your emotions back after you've observed it, and you can see that they are not real, they dissipate. The urge goes away, and in the eye of the storm, that tenacity, your willingness, your ability to grab the chains that God gave to you, rooted in deep down in the soil of all of your experiences that you have gone through, all the ups and the downs. If you can just hang on to those chains, those deep roots, that's where compassion lives. That's where peace lives. And I mean that. Okay? So, that is the live stream. And I want everybody to know you can look at this entire live stream over on YouTube. And on YouTube, I want you to know that you can always, find my resources in the link in my bio. And I do want to do a little call to action here. I am hosting a high-level spiritual retreat called The Return. Okay? This retreat is exclusive. It is sacred. It is not for everybody. It is by invite or application only. And I mean it. This is when we are going to go deep into the Alaskan mountains. We are going to eat with intention. We are going to walk in nature. We are going to actually connect one-on-one, in person, you and me. We're going to get down to the root of your business. What's going on with your calling? Why you feel spiritually lost. Okay, so if you are interested in more information about the application, send me a direct message or send me an email, and I will make sure to send you the next steps. Okay? But until then, I do have resources for you. I have a lot of stuff. If you're going through procrastination, if you are, really going through the dark night of the soul, if you're going through your spiritual awakening, if you think demons are attacking your business, and that's the reason why you can't scale. If you think Jezebel is ruining your marriage, if you think Delilah is sabotaging your authority, if you think Ashtaroth, the demon of hesitation, is attacking your business growth, your scaling ability, you know, I have resources for you. Okay, if you want to link with me one-on-one and do a one-on-one session with me, I have resources. I have ebooks. I have mini courses. I have free things. If you don't want to pay with your money and you want to see if you can pay with your attention, it's all there. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for being here. Okay, I am glad that your attention has been here. Next week's topic will be creativity's fear. Okay, I'll stay on for a little bit longer and take some questions if you have any. Somebody asked, where can I find your email? My email is linked in my bio. There are so many ways that you can contact me, so many different ways that to get a hold of me. You can direct message me on any of my platforms. You can send me an email, kylewoodsllc at yahoo.com, and for sure I will get around to you. Okay? I'm thinking about holding this the retreat to maybe in the fall of this year, maybe. Anyway, everybody, thank you so much for being here. Okay, I got to close off